Hey everyone, Maria here with A1 Tool, and today is Tuesday Tool Day. Feels great to say that. It's been a little while, but anyway, we're so glad that you're here to join us. We are kicking off our Black Friday savings. It began this morning bright and early, and we're going to keep it going strong all the way till midnight on Cyber Monday. So, we've got a few special guests we'd like to introduce to you today. We've got some great brand new tools also to discuss. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring John Kallenbach on here and let him tell you what we've got coming.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Happy Thanksgiving. Really a busy time of the year in the PDR tool industry. A great year that we've had again this year. We're very fortunate to be in this industry. Just to keep things rolling along, let's bring in our first guest, Excalibur Tools, Rick Hummert, the one and only. Rick, how are you?
Doing
There. I didn't have your audio there, Rick.
okay.
But yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you
Good.
doing?
Doing well. Doing well. I know you love doing this promotion and show and all of that. I like to say you're like the James Brown of the PDR industry, one of the hardest working guys out there.
No, well, thank you. Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not as
you're
good a
always
singer though as James Brown. I'm not the showman he was.
well, but you got the dance moves and all of that. I know. Uh, yeah. But you're always working on vehicles. Every time I talk to you, you got a shop full of cars you're working on, and you're just not designing tools. You're actually using tools all the time.
It's been a busy year. We had a big hailstorm in St. Louis, and of course we're still fixing cars. And we finally of this week got a little bit of a break. But no, I've been busy. Get to use a lot of tools, and it's a good thing.
Right. Right.
We like
Well,
hailstorms.
yeah, and I guess your last 2 years you've had a lot of activity up there in your area.
It's been busy, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, uh, maybe 2 or 3 years ago now, you developed a line of tools that you called the AKs, the aluminum killers, and they had some excitement as they took off, but it just seemed to build and just grew kind of exponentially. And we lost Rick there for a moment.
Yeah, right
Uh,
here.
yeah, there you are. But
Yep.
that has been a great line. There are two sets that you developed, I guess, this past year, taking some of the most popular pieces and making an essential set, and also a signature set, and those have been great sellers.
Yeah, we've sold a lot of them. That signature set, it kind of gives you a bit of all diameters, it covers a lot. It's 10
Right.
tools that it will do a lot. So,
Yeah. Well, and that's regularly $810, I think, and for Black Friday special, all of the Excalibur line is 10% off. I'm not good enough at the math to tell you what that number would be, but it gets it down there around $720 maybe or so. So, what a great buy! And we can't hardly keep up with the production on those things, uh, let alone when we mark the price down. So it's a great set of tools.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've sold a lot for
Yeah,
sure. And well, we got the new one that's similar, the Power Pack set out. So the
that's
Power Pack,
right.
yeah, the Power Pack set, which is similar to the AKs, except the handles are on an 20-degree angle more, and they're not as shaved, so they're really super strong.
Right, right. Yeah, so you got two all power sets out that we've just released, I guess maybe in the last 2 months. And, I started in with the AKs because they kind of took off, and now it seems like it's the all powers that are really moving. So, two great sets there, the Power Pack Plus set, which is the 10-piece set, and then also a 6-piece set.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Power Pack Plus comes with the additional, which we've had for a few years, but they really start taking off this year was the 32-inch stainless all powers, a 3/8 diameter, which yeah, you got in your hand there. They're like really powerful, which you can use in fenders, a lot down fenders, and then a lot for hoods and the backs of hoods, which I don't like taking a lot of hoods off. I like doing them on the car because I don't know, the best hood stand is a car. Nothing holds the hood better than a car. So you can, like,
Right.
if you're working on aluminum, you can really, get some force on it with the hood mounted on the
Yep.
car.
Right. Right. So we've got that 10-piece Power Pack Plus set. We've also got just the All Power set that is 6 tools at $649, and then 10% off of that, so under $600 on that 6-piece set. Man, these are really 2 great sets, and like I said, we don't really need to discount them to sell them. We can't hardly keep them the way they are.
Yeah. Well, so what I explain to people is the power pack. So the all powers are for some beat aluminum, like when you're really doing pounded stuff. And when you're sticking tools in a big cavity, there's really no sense having a shaved tool. So you want an unshaved tool to get the maximum power, so you're not bending that tool. So that's kind of the idea behind the all power where they're unshaved, because you can get them in like an F250 big open holes, and you can just crank on them. Where a shave tool, they're more for over a brace.
Right.
So that's the difference between the all powers and the AKs.
Yeah. Well, I would say a guy really needs both, wouldn't you?
Uh, I would say, I would say you do, but
Right.
and some people mix and match, and they all have their purpose, like
Right.
in every tool, they all have their purpose.
Right. Well, and I know you're really into the function of tools. Obviously, we're trying to derive a livelihood out of making and selling tools, but you're really into providing a technician with something that's going to better equip them to be able to do their job more efficiently, get over a panel quicker, make the money, and as you're doing it yourself, you've really thought a lot about how this is going to work in a technician's hand.
Yeah. So when you're prying on a dent, like you're in that hood and you get an unshipped, you're not bending, you don't really realize you're bending that tool all day. So you're really putting a lot of force, you're just bending the tool instead of the panel. So when you get something that a little less shaved, you're not bending that tool as much. So you get a little more push of the panel. But yeah, I try to make a little more, kind of less, let the tool do more of the work. It's kind of the idea.
Right. Well, you've got quite a following. I know you get a lot of accolades from technicians, and we get it as well here. Like, hey, this line or these tools have really changed how I go about repairing dents, especially those guys that are doing hail. And it's really gratifying to hear back from those people.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fixing, a couple thousand dents a day, you want whatever to make it easier.
You bet.
Whatever you can do to make it easier. I mean, these cars they're just overwhelming. There's so many dents on cars today. They're just thinner, and then all the aluminum. So
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
they're hit harder than they were 20 years ago, for sure.
Right. Right. Well, so you've got your own website. What is that address, Rick?
It's XCALIBUR-tools.com.
Okay, excalibur-tools.com. And I should know this, but I'm assuming you're running the same 10% special uh, over this holiday
Started,
period.
yeah, started midnight, runs to Cyber Monday.
Great, yeah. So some great everything in the line, in the Excalibur line, 10% off. Uh, and as I keep coming back to, I'm not sure why we're giving any discount because we can't hardly keep these things in stock anyway. But great line of tools. Rick, looking forward to MTE, seeing you if I don't see you before that.
Yeah.
And I know you're working on some stuff that maybe we're going to get rolled out down there. So anyway, Rick, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, and have a
All
great
right.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
You too. Appreciate you, Rick.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Rick Hummert, Excalibur Tools, one of the great tool lines in the PDR industry. Certainly in the hail repair side of things, it's hard to beat his tools, the AKs and the All Powers. Check those out. It's got the hood and decks, the mini hood and decks, the upper brace tools, just great tools from a great mind, and really appreciate Rick Hummert and all of his work in designing great tools. All right, let's change course here and maybe bring in someone else that we all enjoy hearing from. Matt Boyette, the Dent Slayer. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Of course. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
How are you?
We're doing well. Nice brisk morning here. Not too cold, but not hot either. So that's good for Florida.
Yeah. Well, I think we had about 30 this morning. Was what'd you have?
I think we were in the 50s this morning early, and then it warms up to 75 today. So it's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're going up in the mid 40s. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Matt, you were just here a couple of weeks ago, along with James, and we had a great and intensive day of trying to design some things, and I think we made a lot of progress in what we were doing, and I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, those are such crucial times, I believe, to come there and be with you and your crew and to talk through hurdles and building tools. And there's so many little nuances that come into play that you just don't know until you're there talking to the guys who are actually, machining or bending the tools. And that really helps me understand how tools can be made. Because it's easy to say, hey, build this, but there's challenges to that, right? And so we think it's essential for me to at least get out there once a year and be with the guys in your shop and see how we can make better tools.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming, and like I said, it was kind of an exhausting day, 2 days for you and travel and working a full day plus here, but it was productive, and I appreciate you coming. You've been busy too. You work on tool designs, you push a lot of dents, you've got a new podcast. Talk about that in just a moment.
Yeah, so I'm here now in the podcast room, and we just wanted to be able to have a place for good conversations. I think it's good to archive these conversations, perpetually into the interwebs there, and there's a lot of great people in our industry that it would be really good to get their story and just have a good conversation with them. And so we wanted to have a platform to do that. And we thought, having in-person type where we're not limited by time and you can just really sit down and dig deep into someone's life and how they got involved with PDR and what their involvement is. And so we thought the industry deserved something like this. And so that's what we're trying to bring is put our best foot forward and doing the best we can, given our parameters here in my shop and with our equipment to just bring to justice these people's stories and who they are and educate the ever growing dent community on some of the things that the new guys come in and history can be quickly forgotten, right? And so we're trying to just keep the relevancy there with some of these people. So that's what we're doing, and we've had a good turnout. We're on. We've got November already released. That was with Jonathan Valderrama. We've got another one coming up for December. So we're trying to do right now once a month just to pace ourselves because they are long. I mean, they're 3-hour episodes. It might take you a month to listen to that 3 hours. So we're only doing once a month right now, which fits what we got to do here. But it's been really good. And we look forward to this year. We got some good guests lined up to come on here this year. So
Yeah. Well, and I think I've listened to Kevin Byrne, and that was a great one. I think Bryce Kelly
Yep.
as well. Who else have you got in the archives already?
Jonathan Balderrama. So other than
Okay,
me and
those three.
James, we had those three.
Right,
So
right.
so
Yeah.
we're caught up now. We got another guy on deck here. That'll be good. And he's a newcomer into our industry, and we want to get a newcomer's perspective on someone who's just stepping foot into this industry through his eyes, through his experiences, what it's like, whether or not it's MTE or buying tools or training or whatever it is. We thought that guy deserves some kind of voice. And so he'll be on here for the month of December. We're looking forward to that one.
Right. Well, it's very well done, very professionally done, and kind of unique. Not being critical of any of the others in the industry. They all have a place and
Yeah.
all of that, but certainly you're taking a different angle on it, and it's great. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about some tools.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I've got a blending hammer here,
Yep.
and I think Ken Metal Medic maybe helped a little bit in the production of this particular hammer, carbon fiber. What's the calling card of this one?
Well, it's just a lightweight carbon fiber blending hammer. We don't have a fancy name for it, but we just thought we wanted a down and dirty, lightweight blending hammer. And so this one's coming in right at 14 inches. It's super lightweight. You can put whatever head on there and build up the weight that you want. We didn't want the weight to be in the head or the body, so we want to make it as lightweight as possible. And you guys be able to upfit these with whatever tips or rubber balls or whatever you want to do to fit whatever application you're trying to meet. So just got a nice rubber ball in the back. You could probably do some blending with that if you wanted to, but it's got the same screen printed support your local dents layer as the skull crusher. Same shaft. It's a solid carbon shaft, and so just a really good, not very expensive, lightweight, down and dirty carbon blending hammer.
Yeah, and so you can certainly find that under the Dent Layer tab on our website. Also, new items. And I forgot to mention, but all of your items, all Dent Slayer items, are 10% off as well
Yep.
during this Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. Here's a hammer that I'm really liking. It's really unique. Tell us about this particular hammer.
So I do a lot of roofs here. I do a lot of stepped on roofs for some of the rental companies here. And so I really wanted something that would reach really far when you're working from the back of a hatch. And you're trying to get up towards the front, working down those ribs. And so we wanted a telescopic blending hammer. And we had some kind of stipulations is that it would be solid and not be loose when it's extended. And this one does that. It is very solid when it is tightened down and extended out. And also, it has a positive index so that these two don't spin independently. They're locked in. There's like a keyway through here that keeps them oriented at all times. And so it's the same head, so it's just a lightweight blending hammer. And you can build out, when you have this thing extended out, if it gets heavy, that translates very heavy when it's extended. And so we wanted as lightweight as possible for you to put a really light titanium tip and just go to town, or a heavy ball or something, depending upon, again, whatever the need is of the dent you're working on. But
Yeah.
When this is in its short version, it's 17 inches. And when it is extended out, it's 28 inches. So it has a very good amount of travel here. And you can lock it at any point, tighten it down, and it's very strong. It's very stable. It doesn't rattle. Really good down and dirty blending hammer that just does what it's supposed to do.
Right. And I think that's $169 regular price, and then 10% off of that over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And so that's a great buy. And, anything that has a joint in it, I'm always a little suspicious of. But in using that one, like you said, I mean, that thing locks up and there's no play at all.
There's
It's
not.
really well done. Yeah.
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 And I put
Uh,
some really heavy heads on it just to kind of test it, and can't exceeding what you would normally do with it, and it stays really nice. No play. I've been using it here for the last couple months, and it went straight to work. There was no grace period there. It came in and went straight to duty use. So found its home here. It's a good hammer.
yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm impressed by it. And I think you told me when you were up here, your guys thought it was an essential part of their arsenal.
Yeah.
They love that thing. So I'm excited about that telescopic hammer, 169 regular price. And yeah, I guess that's about 150 at the discounted price. So I hope we haven't lost Matt. I don't see him on my screen because we got several other items that we would like to talk to him about that are new. Hopefully he's coming back. Well, I'll talk about a new set of tools that he's got, and this is a pick set. It's a 4-piece pick set. It's got a very sharp tip, and these are about 20-degree angles, so they're very shallow bent. But what makes this thing really unique is the handle. And Matt had figured out a way. We're arguing over who gets credit for this, but the, there's a way that these index, so you always know where your tip is. And Matt, why don't you talk about that particular handle?
Yeah, so when you stick that in a hole or stick that in a body panel, and you're not really sure which way your tip is pointed, we wanted a way for you to know always where that is. So we have these ribs that run along the length of the handle, and so as soon as you put it in your hand, you're going to know where that tip is, where the heel side is, and where the tip is. So let's just say it has like an oblong, more oval shape than a round shape, so that again you can know where the tip is. Also, it delivers a lot of torque. So in the need that you need to be able to torque or twist or really manage that tool, that odd shape delivers a lot of power, more than you think. It's just a really good. I think it combined with a pick set, that handle is pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So 4 pieces that's sold as a set. There's a 5/8 diameter that's about 50 inches long, a 1/2 inch that's 40-ish. I'm making this up a little bit. A 3/8 that I'm holding here in my hand that I think is about 24 inches. And then there's also a 1/4 inch that's about 18 inches.
Yeah.
Is that about right, Matt?
Yep, that was right.
Yeah. So that's sold as a set, $355 regular price, and then 10% off of that. Really a neat little set. I love the handle. That's kind of what makes it unique. I think it's very practical. Really fits the hand well, but it allows you to know once you slide that tip in where you're at. So
can you show that 5/8 one more time? Oof.
Yeah, it's. Where would you use this tool, Matt?
Oh man, wherever I can stick it. But I would say roofs. Sometimes the headliner doesn't want to come down all the way, depending on what you're working on, and you need you're trying to get in like a tight gap. So I would use that on roofs a lot, or quarter panels. When it gets far up into the quarter panel, you start losing leverage when you start prying with a shorter tool, and so you just need a longer tool. So as long as it's got a 5/8 hole, you can get it in there and work some metal with it. So I'm excited about that set. I'm super excited about that set.
Yeah, I am too. I think we're going to move some of those, and I keep talking about the handle. It's just that there's nothing else quite like it out there, and I think it's a really practical set. So anything else about that one?
No, I just put my name on the first order. that's the only request I have, because I want to get that. I don't have that whole set yet. You know, we were
Yeah.
still making those that week that I was there. So
Right. Yeah. So you can get 10% off, Matt.
oh,
And
perfect, perfect.
yeah. Well, if you order before Monday at midnight. So yeah, keep
Okay.
that in mind. Yeah. Hey, last year you introduced a auto returning slide hammer, primarily for cold glue. That was called the AR9, and we have sold a ton of those things. And I think it is really the ultimate cold glue slide hammer. And talk a little bit about what this last year's been with the AR9.
It's been amazing to see. You know, the AR9 stands for the 9th version of that we released, and we went through a lot of, as you know, variations of that to try to make that thing a reality and try to work that functionality of it. And it happened, and the industry grabbed onto it and loved it. And like you said, we've sold a ton of those, you know, domestically here, and then also internationally. They've been a big hit. And the way that guys are using them, the way that I use them, the way it's I'm not saying this, but the combination with cold glue, the way it's changed the way that we can repair cars, it's been just it's been a fun addition to have as a technician myself, just to see where you can use it, to see how it can speed up your repairs or change how you start a repair. This has been such a good addition to my personal tool set. I can't envision PDR without this thing now. I think it's somewhat changed how we do things. And
Yeah, and I know we hesitate to throw that word, that revolutionary word around, but it really has been kind of a revolutionary concept, having that head return where you can just stick it and pull it. The efficiency of this hammer over really anything else out there is pretty incredible.
yeah. So you know what John's holding there now is the AR10, which is the 10th version of it. So a couple different things about this over the AR9 is that tailstock that John's demonstrating. So we've threaded the end of the tailstock and we've added 2 different weights. So what we're doing, you know, when guys are reaching out to me about getting one, the question was, do I get the long or the heavy? And you had to kind of feel them out and see what they're doing and help them navigate that decision. And so basically we just blended a long and a heavy together. Those 2 could have a baby. This is the AR10. And so now we have the ability to make the tail end modular. So we have these weights. Let's see if we can see that here. That you can make it just a normal long, or you can put these weights on the rear end of it here and make it a heavy. We have 2 different weights that you can play with that to see. And these just thread into the back. And they're going to change this tool. And especially once you combine them, it makes it ultra heavy. And it changes how this thing locks up on a panel. It really does. Like, it scared me. Last night I was doing a car because I just got this one in the mail, the finished version. And man, this thing pulled so hard with the heavy weights on there in a good way. And then what we've also done is included a couple ways for you to be able to hang this. You know, guys always have this question of, man, I love the tool. What do I do with it? There's nowhere to hang it. There's nowhere to hold this thing. And so we have this little eye bolt here that you can thread in the ends and hang it on, you know, a nail, a peg, or whatever that is, whatever makes sense to you in your particular setup. And I think John even has another little version there where you can, it's like a nail head, so to speak, where you can hang it in the forks of of your tool cart or a traditional style slide hammer setup. And so the point is we wanted the end to be modular. And guys, you can get creative. It's a 5/16 18 tapped hole. So if you have something specific you want to put on there, it'll go right on there with the weights on there also, you know, like, because all of the weights are threaded. And so you can build it out with the weights you want, and then throw the hanger piece that you choose on there, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Everything about it is the same as far as the body. Other than that, we went with some red carbon fiber, and we wanted it to have its own place, being that's a tin, and so we went with the red just to change it up a little bit. Other than the color, this is essentially the same body dimensionally than the nine.
Yeah, it really does change when you add that weight. The feel of that hammer really changes, and it's not that these are extremely heavy. The shorter one is about a fifth of a pound, and the longer one is about a third of a pound. But they really change the overall dynamic and feel of the hammer. So this red one is the limited edition anniversary AR-10. So celebrating 1 year of auto returning slide hammer, the AR-10. This is the limited edition. We really do. We just have, we had a special order that's red and black carbon fiber, and when it's gone, it's going to be gone. So it's a beautiful hammer. We're also going to make it in black as we move forward, but if you want the anniversary edition, that is it. So if you want to buy the hammer itself, you get the hammer and the two weights that attach to it. I believe that's $425. Of course, you get the 10% off of that. So you're under $400 on that anniversary edition. Or, Matt, we've got a new setup or a kit here that will show the people. This comes in a really rugged case. It's a waterproof case. You're getting the hammer, you're getting the weights, you're getting the O-ring, you're getting the slot holder, you're getting the 4 tips that go in the front, the head of it, and then in this case, it's beautifully branded with the Dent Slayer logo there, and $475. I'm sorry, $675 for this. This is, like I say, a waterproof, dustproof case. I don't think anybody's going to be submerging this, but dust is kind of an issue with cold glue. You want to keep everything as clean as you can. And so we've got the red anniversary edition. We've also got black, and that will be a black carbon fiber hammer, the AR-10. Matt, what else about the AR-10?
Well, something you want to tell me?
No. I just wanted to make sure I covered the bases.
No, other than it being just an amazing thing to use for your arsenal. This just stays in the drawer. You know, if you know the prior version of this, it has the cap here that covers your glue tab, so you can keep your glue on there. It's got the 4 tips that you can change out your tips with the glue that's connected to it already. So depending upon the climate or conditions, you can swap out the glue pretty easily on the tabs, and then put the cap back over it, cover it, stick it in the drawer, or with the new edition, hang it. And man, it's just awesome tool. It's just one of those tools that I would suggest. I've seen a lot of skeptics look at it and be like, and then as soon as they grab it and pull it, that goes to, oh, and they love it. And so come by the booth this year at A1 if you're skeptic, and we'll have it set up where you can try and try it on the panel and take it for a test drive, so to speak. And it's a really good tool.
Yeah, it really is, and you're great to be in the booth and working and showing people how to use your tools. Yeah, if you have any doubt about that at all, certainly come by MTE. But it's available today, and I don't think the red one is going to be available at MTE. I'm just all but certain that will be gone. The anniversary edition. We just have that limited amount of that special red carbon fiber tube. But we'll certainly have the black one
Yep.
available. But if you want a red one, you probably need to get that ordered. Sooner than later.
Well, I'm glad I got one.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, there's one other thing, and this is not new, and you really can't even see it. Maybe I can tilt my camera just a little bit, but maybe a year ago or so, you developed a hood stand. I'm not going to do a good job here, but you developed a hood stand to work in conjunction with a Husky table that you can buy at Home Depot. And we took that to MTE. We had a limited quantity of those things and sold all of those. And we've now got it back on our website. So it's not
Nice.
something new, but it's something that we're bringing back. We finally had some time to get it back in production. So you can go to our website and look at the Dent Slayer hood stand that works with a Husky table. Really a nice hood stand. And so if you're in a shop situation, it's great. Go ahead.
I'm so glad you got those back. I've had a lot of guys reaching out to me, because they were not available. And those are, if you have a shop, that's not a traveling hood stand, right? That's for a Husky table. That's for a shop. And if you have a shop and you have those tables, you should get that. I have them in my shops, and you can have the table when you want it to be a table, or if you want a hood. I have that right now. I have a Sprinter door, which is about a 7-foot long panel. And I have that door mounted on that hood stand in my shop. We're repairing the door on it. And it's just an amazing thing. With the Husky table, it's adjustable height. You can set it with the height you want. It's very stable. Such a good thing to have as an additional supplemental hood stand in your shop. You really can't beat it. I would definitely pick one up if you can get, and you probably can go to Home Depot and get a Husky table on Black Friday too. I'm sure they're going to have some amazing deals where you can grab a table.
Yeah, I don't know about their deals, but I think there's a link on our site right here at that hood stand, the Dent Slayer hood stand, a link over to Home Depot. And and they probably will have some specials. We certainly do, 10% off, and I think that's regularly $465, so you're getting almost $50 off that now through Monday. So, yeah, Matt, is there anything else we're supposed to cover here?
One last thing, if you don't mind. I don't know
Sure.
if you saw yesterday, we started a Dent Slayer training, and that kicked off. We have a PDR Essentials video course that we're doing some online training. If you go to dentslayer.com, you can learn all about it. You can sign up, and there's a couple free courses you can take just to kind of see what the production quality or level we're putting into this, and even my teaching style. From right now until Cyber Monday, the first 10 people that sign up for the PDR Essentials course are going to get a free Dent Slayer severed long on us, not on A1. This will be on me. So sign up and get your free Kingslayer severed long, which is one we use in the training, and that's going from now until Cyber Monday. So
Okay,
we'll have more to come on that as that develops further. But we just released it yesterday, and we think it's going to be awesome. And if you go to dentslayer.com, you're going to see links to the tools, which goes right to A1. You're going to see links to the training, which goes to our training platform. And you're going to see the podcast, which will take you to our YouTube channel. You can see some of the podcast videos. So we're super excited about that, and think it's going to be a hit. So.
Yeah, you were talking about that when you were here and some of the ideas, and I don't want to be premature talking about something that you're not ready to roll out, but it really seems like a neat platform, and again, something that's really going to benefit our industry and those that not only coming into the industry, but those that are actually already here and just need some additional instruction, training, how to do this, how to do that. There are going to be some great resources there for people. So looking forward to that.
We have some fun stuff lined up for this year regarding that. So stay tuned. Yeah. But in the meantime, go sign up for free. It doesn't cost you nothing to sign up, and you can start getting emails about the new stuff that comes on board as it develops. But right now, it's the PDR Essentials. So that's for a new person who has no knowledge about PDR. They come in here and take this course and get started on the right path in your career. So,
Yeah, great. All right, Matt, have a great Thanksgiving. Looking forward to selling a lot of these this weekend, and the red one probably even more so, the anniversary edition. But
yes, sir.
Anyway, AR-10 is going to be great. We're going to sell a ton of those, just like we did the AR-9. So go check it all out while it's 10% off. Matt, have a good holiday.
Appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. See ya.
Bye.
All right, Matt Boyette with Dent Slayer. Matt is a great guy. All the people that we work with are really super to work with, and just can't say enough good about our partners. Let's bring in another one. Been in the background. John Dean, Dent
Holy
Reaper.
moly.
Yeah, John.
Happy
It is.
Black Friday season. You know, I'm glad that I saved 10% because I'm going to be buying those all powers, those big all powers, the new ones. I don't have those. I have every other one of Rick's tools.
Yeah.
Those picks, what a great idea on that handle, on that pick set.
Yeah.
Boy, he always knocks it out of the park. Good job, Slayer. And I have the AR-9 now. Maybe I gotta get the 10. I don't know. I mean, there's just
Yeah.
and that extendable hammer. Holy mo! This is costing me a lot of money to be hanging out with you, John.
No, John, you're saving money. You're saving money because it's all 10% off.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can order all those at pdrtool.com. Is that the
pdrtool.com is where you can buy this stuff, and there's some great stuff. And both, like you say, Rick and Matt, they've got some good stuff, great stuff. But so does Dent Reaper, and you were down here as well. I was talking about Matt being here a couple weeks ago. Maybe you were here, I don't know, a month ago, 6 weeks ago. I
Yeah,
can't
it sounds
remember.
about right. Sometime
Yeah,
October, I believe. Yeah, it was a great time, and yeah, I mean, just getting to hang out with you and Maria, and then the guys in the shop with Chris and all the other guys, and man, great times. Got a ton done, and super excited for it. So yeah, it was a blast and very productive. So yeah,
yeah.
good times.
Well, it really does accelerate the development process, and not having to go back and forth, me shipping you something or trying to show you on video or talking over the phone. It just accelerates that process. And one of these tools in particular, I'm not sure we could have ever gotten right had you not been here to kind of supervise that. But I'll tell you what, let's start with a couple of tools that you worked on when you were here. And John, tell us about these tools.
Yeah, so this is in collaboration with Alex Kakoulis of Dent Digest fame. You guys might know him from, but he's excellent dent guy out of Arizona. Does a ton of great big smash repairs, and he was wanting something with a really nice, fat, rounded tip. Just a ton of beef on this tool, and this tip is buttery smooth. When you think about metal on metal, you know there's normally going to be a lot of poke marks and things of that nature, especially when you're dealing with big smash stuff. And this big fat tip tool with the rounded edge uh, allows you to move a lot of metal, and it facilitates and shrinking, and you can drag with. There's just a lot you can do with this tool. As simple as it looks, it really is super functional and super great idea from Alex. And I'm hoping he will be on. We're gonna do a Dents and Dreams later tonight with Cliff and hopefully Alex as well. And we're gonna go over these and the other one we're about to talk about.
Yeah, I looked at this tool and said, hey, I think I could even build this tool. And we actually, we got it wrong. We got him too thin, actually. And so this is really a meaty, beefy tool, but it is buttery smooth. And yeah, it's neat. So 7/16 diameter, two different lengths here, 18 inch and a 24 inch. You can buy them as a set, or you can buy them individually. Got the tequila hubs on them. I have the tequila, the end game there, but the tactical handle, the gorilla grip. You can buy it with a Ratcho from A1 or Dent Reaper. A lot of ways you can get a handle on that tool that ratchets. So, yeah, neat set.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, very functional. I've had the opportunity to use it a few times since my trip to A1 there, and it is a thing of beauty. It really is.
Yeah, we got two more tools here, and John,
Oh, man,
talk
oh
to
man.
us. Talk to us about these.
I mean, Cliff Ramiden strikes again. Me and Cliff, I got to work hail with him this year, and we're always talking dents and tools and other things on the phone. And this 3D tool is what we're calling it. And I mean, it's hard to illustrate on camera, but these edges are going to allow you to side load and roll and drag with that outer diameter. It's shaved to a nice sharp profile there, and I'm telling you, when you get in, I had a 4 or 5 inch crease on a Malibu this week, and just made that thing disappear. And the beauty of it is you don't need another tool to finish. You got the sharp tip right there on board, and you can just slide that thing in the door. Well, you can slide it in dang near any panel, really, but fenders, doors, quarters, wherever you like. But I mean, just the efficiency at which this gets rid of sharp creases, sharper dents, and having the ability to have that soft edge and then immediately into the finish, just super efficient. And uh, yeah, that
Yeah,
3D profile is just, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I mean, Chris really knocked it out of the park on that one. That was
well, it really is a very unique grind and machine on that tool in that you're really taking the material off the top and the bottom of the tip and sharpening the side. So you got three different pushing points. You got the tip of the tool, the point, but each of the sides as well.
yeah, yeah,
You can push with, and where most of the time you're machining the material off the sides, it's actually coming off the top of the bottom and then sharpening the sides. So really unique. I don't know of anything else like it. And like I said, I'm so glad you actually came down here and communicated the idea because it was not something that was going to happen over the phone. I'm not sure the camera work really does it justice. It's really
yeah,
unique tool. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, it looks like Cliff was able to put his to work today, as I'm reading in the comments, and he'll be on the Dents and Dreams podcast tonight at 7 Central. So if you guys want to tune in on that, we'll go over these and the Kratos tools and all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
So
Well, I did. I heard from Cliff, and he was complimentary about the tools, and yeah, I'm not coordinated enough to like do this show, read the comments, and all of that at the same time. You're a professional. You
well,
know.
yeah, I've got a little bit of practice. I got a little bit of practice, and you've got a fancier setup. You got camera, you got a better camera. I'm just sitting in front of a laptop, so I
Yeah.
got it
Well,
all. I got it all right here.
you look great.
Well, that's that's hard to do. So yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
got my beauty. I got my beauty
Yeah.
sleep last night, so
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
we're rocking and rolling.
All right. All right. So 10% off a Dent Reaper now through Cyber Monday. And man, Dent Reaper's got all kinds of stuff in their line now. You've got, of course, all of the tools. You got the original Dent Reaper, the Little Red, the Angels. You got the Chameleons. You've got the Psi tools. But then you've got glue tabs. And you've got some of the greatest, most sought after glue tabs in the marketplace.
Yeah, well, I mean, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, John. I mean, I had the idea for the patented Edge Flex technology, and it it worked out wonderfully. And yeah, I mean, you can't really beat that pull. I mean, there's a lot of good glue tabs out there. Don't get me wrong, but I do feel like when it comes to yanking the center out of a dent with the Edge Flex technology, especially combined with the dead center, those purple tabs will pull the center out of just about anything. So,
Yeah, well, I know they have been popular, super popular. You've also got the fat shafts. Now you got the crease tabs out.
yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
those reverse step crease tabs, I've been getting
yeah,
tons of really good feedback on. So
yeah,
appreciate everybody who's tried them out and reached out. And yeah, they're I love them. I'm obviously biased, so but but yeah,
yeah,
I've had a lot of good feedback. So thank you to
yeah,
everybody. It's crazy, John. It's a great time to reflect and be thankful for all the amazing customers and you know, partners like yourself, Maria, the whole crew over at A1. I've been
yeah.
I've been very fortunate to be able to work with you guys. So I thank you for that.
No, well, it's two-way street. Love having worked with you. And you mentioned the customers and the development of these tools. It takes time. It takes money. There's a lot of expense in it. Uh, Matt and I didn't talk about it. I know there have been some knockoffs of his AR hammer, Turkey, Italy, that type of thing. They don't even really bother to even change the appearance of it. But I know the same thing has happened with some of your tabs. And I guess they say one of the greatest compliments is when somebody emulates what you're doing. But aren't we thankful that the dent community can recognize the source from which this stuff has come and have honored that in a great way? Uh, yeah, and they
Yeah,
really seem to.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, a great community we have, and you know, a lot of really good craftsmen, and you know, especially when you have the opportunity to work with other guys and see how they're doing it, and then you know, you learn and evolve, and when these new tools and new techniques come about, I mean, the like the cold glue thing was amazing when we first started realizing how good that cold glue could be. And then when Boyette combined it with that AR9, I mean, it's just a match made in heaven. And you know, I mean, you can use terrible cold glue. You can use butyl tape. You can use all the knockoff cold glues, and you can use a regular old slide hammer with it, but you're not going to get the same results. And you know, I just I'm thankful, you know, for everybody innovating, and I'm thankful for everybody that recognizes us for doing so. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, we got some great partners, great customers. It's a great industry to be in. As I was driving in today, I was just thinking about, hey, we could be working just as hard, if not harder, which I'm not sure about that. We could be working just as hard in something else and not be blessed the way that we've been blessed. So anyway, it's time to reflect and be thankful. 3D tools, super cool. You can buy them as a set. You can buy them individually. The 3D tools. We've got the Kratos tools. All of the Dent Reaper line, 10% off now through Cyber Monday. Yeah. John, anything
absolutely.
else we
Get
need to cover?
I don't think so. I would just say, you know, we're like I say, we're going to do Dents and Dreams tonight. I think the Dent Nerds podcast is going to have a Black Friday extravaganza show, and hopefully you can jump in for a few minutes there, just to spread the word a little bit more. But and that'll be on Wednesday evening, I believe, 7 Central. We're still dotting our I's and crossing our T's on that. But other than that, I mean, both these sets, I love them. I hope you guys will too. Give them a shot and let me know. And yeah, other than all that, I mean, we've got some new stuff coming for MTE as well.
Yeah, we
And
really do. I know you do, especially have some things in process that are really neat. I'm hoping to see them completed, and hopefully they can roll out MTE, all those things, but if not all, some anyway. So
yeah,
we'll keep at it.
most definitely. Love it, love it. Well, thank you very much. Everybody enjoy your turkey, enjoy your football, however you're doing Thanksgiving, enjoy it. And yeah, thanks again.
All
Yeah,
right.
and you guys, everyone in the A1 family, have a happy Thanksgiving as well.
All right. Thank you, John. John Vidine, the Dean Reaper. We'll be talking to John again on his own network, maybe later today and tomorrow. Hey, that brings to a close our special Black Friday event, new tool rollout. Said it before, but I'll say it again. Thank you for supporting A1 Tool. Thanks for supporting our partners. We're very, very fortunate to be in this industry. And have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.